Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a home maintenance dilemma that, well, let's just say it's not the most glamorous topic, but getting it right will literally save you from a very messy and very expensive basement nightmare. We're talking sump pumps versus sewage ejector pumps. Let's get right into it. Picture this for a second. Heavy storm clouds are rolling in. Or maybe you've got a house full of guests using the downstairs bathroom all weekend. You are relying entirely on that little pump sitting quietly in your basement pit to handle the load. But what exactly is down there? People hear the word pump and kind of just assume they're all interchangeable. No way. They absolutely aren't. And the high stakes of installing the wrong one are usually overlooked until disaster actually strikes. If you choose incorrectly, like dropping a standard sump pump into a spot that actually needs a heavy-duty ejector, you are setting yourself up for a massive headache. We're talking disgusting clogs, backups pushing raw waste right back into your living space. Yeah, yuck. Plus, unpleasant odors permanently lingering in your home and premature equipment failure that'll have you buying a whole new system way before you should. Getting this right from day one is absolutely crucial. All right, Section 1, defining the contenders. Let's meet the two pumps that constantly get mixed up but do completely different jobs. First up, the sump pump. Think of this guy as your home's primary defender against clean water flooding. It's specifically built to move groundwater, basically clean or just lightly contaminated liquids, away from your foundation. You'll usually find it sitting in a sump pit dug right into the basement floor, basically just waiting for the water table to rise so it can push that clear water safely away. Now, where does the sump pump really shine? Well, it's your absolute go-to for keeping historically damp basements dry, handling ongoing water seepage, working smoothly with drain tile systems, and managing rapid runoff from heavy rain or snowmelt. It is practically mandatory if your home sits on a high water table. But remember, the water it handles is mostly free of solid waste. It is totally perfect for these specific light drainage tasks, but, and this is a massive but, it is simply not rated for raw sewage at all. Contrast that with the sewage ejector pump. Sometimes you'll hear it called a sewage grinder pump, depending on the exact setup. This beast is engineered specifically for wastewater that might contain human waste, toilet effluent, and solid materials. It's a totally different ballgame, folks. This machine is built from the ground up to handle the heavy-duty stuff and keep running reliably, even when solid waste is actively passing through the system. Moving right along. Section 2, under the hood, key design differences. So how do they actually pull this off mechanically? Looking at them side by side perfectly illustrates the immense difference between moving a little groundwater and dealing with raw sewage. The environments they operate in couldn't be more extreme, right? And their internal design reflects that harsh reality. You can think of the ejector pump as a heavy lifting elevator for your wastewater. You see, ejector systems are used when your basement bathroom or laundry needs to discharge to a municipal sewer line that actually sits higher up than your basement's plumbing. Gravity just isn't on your side down there. So the ejector pump has to physically lift or elevate all that wastewater upward to reach the discharge point. It's doing the heavy lifting so you don't have to. To accomplish all this dirty work, ejector pumps are packed with incredibly robust internal components that standard sump pumps just don't have. We're talking much stronger motor protection, specialized impellers designed specifically to break down or pass solids, and way wider internal pathways so things don't clog up. Plus, they often feature built-in alarms for early warnings if something goes sideways, and absolutely vital check valves to prevent any nasty backflow. It is a highly specialized piece of hardware. Okay, Section 3, making the right choice. The main takeaway for you as a homeowner is knowing exactly what you need, or maybe more importantly, what's already sitting in your basement right now. This simple rule of thumb lays it out perfectly. If you're dealing with clean groundwater in a standard pit, your solids tolerance needs are low, so the sump pump is your go-to. But if you're pumping toilet or sewage wastewater up to a main line, your liquid is heavy-duty, you need a high solids tolerance, and the sewage ejector pump is literally your only option. Now, what if you're sitting there completely unsure of what's currently in your pit? Here is what you need to do to protect your home. First, grab a flashlight, get down there and look directly for any pump labels or spec sheets right on the unit itself. Second, check your home's original plumbing plan if you have access to it. And third, if there's any ambiguity at all, seriously consider booking a pro for an inspection. Confirming you have the right pump now protects you from a horrific backup later when you need the system the most. Which brings us to a really critical safety note. Always consult a licensed plumber before replacing or installing one of these pumps. Why? Because sewage systems require strict compliance with local plumbing codes. You can't just plug these in and hope for the best. It's about proper venting, correct discharge piping, and making absolutely sure toxic gases and raw waste never enter your living space. Bring in a licensed pro to get this right for sure. As we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. Is your basement truly equipped to survive the next heavy storm or a weekend of heavy plumbing use without a catastrophic backup? Please, whatever you do, don't wait for a flooded basement or some terrible lingering odor to figure out if you've got the right pump for the job. Use what we covered today, go check your system, and secure your lower levels. Thanks for hanging out with me for this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and stay dry.